So they would say, fueling comrades' courage. And so they fought, and the iron din went rising up to the bronze sky through the barren, breathless air. But standing clear of the fray, Achilles' horses wept from the time they first had sensed their driver's death, brought down in the dust by man-killing Hector. Diores' rugged son Automedon did his best, lashed them over and over with stinging whip, coaxing them gently now shouting oath on oath, but both balked at returning now to the ships moored at the Hellespont's far-reaching shore, or galloping back to fight beside the Argives. Staunch as a pillar planted tall above a barrow, standing sentry over some lord or lady's gravesite, so they stood, holding the blazoned chariot stock still, their heads trailing along the ground, warm tears flowing down from their eyes to wet the earth. The horses mourned, longing now for their driver, their luxurious manes soiled, streaming down from the yoke pads, down along the yoke. And Zeus pitied them, watching their tears flow. He shook his head and addressed his own deep heart. Poor creatures, why did we give you to King Peleus, a mortal doomed to death, you immortal beasts who never age or die, so you could suffer the pains of wretched men? There is nothing alive more agonized than man, of all that breathe and crawl across the earth. But Hector, at least, will never ride behind you, you and your blazoned chariot. I will never permit it. What more does he want? The arms are enough for him. Priam's son with his empty, futile boasting. But I will fill your legs and hearts with strength, so you can save Automedon, bear him from the fighting back to the fleet. For still I will give the Trojans glory, killing all the way to the bent ships till the sun sinks and the blessed darkness sweeps across the earth. And with that he breathed fresh fire in the team. They shook the dust from their manes and galloped off, speeding the fast chariot just where the armies clashed. Automedon fought as he rode, though grieving for his friend, swooping in with the team like a vulture after geese. Now he'd veer from the Trojan melee in a flash, then dart back in a charge, pursuing mobs of men, but he could not kill the ones he rushed in force. No way for him now, alone in the hurtling car, to lunge with a spear and still control those racers. But at last a cohort marked the driver's straits. Alcimedon, the son of Laerces, Haemon's grandson, coming behind the chariot, shouted out, Automedon, what god has put such a tactic in your head? It's good for nothing. He's torn your wits away, taking the Trojans on alone, on the front lines. But your comrade's dead, look, and Hector himself, strapped in Achilles' armor, swaggers on in glory. Diores' son Automedon shouted back, Alcimedon, what other Achaean driver could match your skill at curbing his deathless team or spurring on their fury? Only Patroclus, skilled as the gods themselves, while the man was still alive. Now death and fate have got him in their grip. On with it. Take up the whip and shining reins. I'll dismount the car and fight on foot. Alcimedon sprang aboard the hurtling chariot, quickly grasping the whip and reins in both fists, as Automedon leapt to ground. But Hector saw them, and called at once to Aeneas, posted close beside him. Aeneas, counsellor of the Trojans armed in bronze, I can see the great runner Achilles' team, look there, heading into the fight, but reined by feeble drivers. So my hopes ride high that we can seize them now, if you have the heart to join me. Charge! Those two will flinch. They'd never dare stand up to us man to man in all-out battle.